All right, welcome back. You heard what Thad Allen had to say. He's the commandant of the Coast Guard. Let's go now, if we possibly could, to Tony Hayward. This is that interview we did just moments ago. He did it on the beach. This is exclusive tape of Tony Hayward on the beach. Let's take it now.
And what I will be doing with my team immediately after this is understanding what more we can do to reinforce the defences along the shoreline. We have a lot of resources on location. We need to find a way of deploying them more effectively to keep the oil off the shore. We continue to fight this battle on three fronts: to eliminate the leak in the subsea, to contain the oil on the surface, and to defend the shoreline. And as I've said, it's clear that the defence of the shoreline at this point has not been successful, and I feel devastated by that, absolutely gutted. But what I can tell you is that we are here for the long haul. We are going to clean every drop of oil off the shore. We will remediate any environmental damage, and we will put the Gulf Coast right and back to normality as fast as we can. There are a lot of people concerned about the longer-term impact of all of this, and today we have announced a $500 million research program to begin immediately studying the impact of this so we can assess what needs to be done to remediate any environmental impact, both along the shore and in the further offshore marine environment. That work will be conducted by the best scientific minds that we can bring together. It will be completely independent of BP, and it will help us establish the basis on which we remediate any environmental impact. And we will be here for as long as it takes to remediate any environmental impacts. And I know that there is an enormous amount of anger and frustration on the parts of the local communities. I share that. This is something I never wanted to see. And we are going to do everything in our power to deal with it as fast as we can and return the societies and communities of the Gulf Coast to normal as quickly as we can. And we have put in place a comprehensive claims process to ensure that while people's livelihoods is impacted, they are kept whole economically.
The government has talked about a possible criminal investigation. The government has hinted at a possible criminal investigation. Have you heard anything about that, and what is your response to that?
I think there will be all sorts of investigations following this, quite rightly, and we will deal with them as they come.
What about federalizing the cleanup effort, at least handing that over to the government as long as BP continues to foot the bill?
We have worked collaboratively and cooperatively with all of the federal agencies from the beginning of this. The relationship on the ground is fantastic, and we continue to do everything we can. And clearly I'm as devastated as you are by what I've seen here today. And we are going to do everything in our power to prevent any more oil coming ashore, and we will clean every last drop up, and we will remediate all of the environmental damage.
Do you think BP was negligent when it came out and came to the blowout preventer? Do you think that there were problems that were apparent that you all ignored?
There has been a lot of debate and speculation on the accident. I think it's right that we allow the investigations, of which there are many, to proceed, and allow the investigations to draw whatever is the right conclusion. And we are cooperating with all of the investigations. I'm going to take two more questions, and I need to go.
A lot of this is expectation management. If you're seeing people looking at cocktails and jump shots and BOP on the BOP, and nothing firm and certain for August, what would you tell people about what to expect? Should they be confident about the
We are working through, in a very rigorous, scientific and engineering way, a series of options to eliminate the leak. They are being assessed from a perspective of likelihood of success and the risk around them, so a risk-reward approach, and they are being prioritised. So we've thus far executed two. One of them failed, the other one has been partially successful in that we are now producing oil and gas to surface. The third option is the top kill, and we will be in all likelihood, in a position to execute that in the middle of the week. It has never been done in 5,000 feet of water. If it was on land, we would have a very high confidence of success. But because it's in 5,000 feet of water, we need to be realistic about the issues around operating in a mile of water. We rate the probability of success of somewhere between 60 and 70%.
But what do you say to
Beyond that, there is a third and fourth and fifth option around both containment and elimination. And as I said, we are working through the options in a systematic, rigorous engineering approach to ensure that we execute the best option with the greatest success, greatest likelihood of success and lowest risk in a sequenced approach. I'll take one more time.
What do you say to the residents of the area who are tired of hearing
use of dispersants? And DP has said that it wants to continue using the dispersant that it's currently using, despite a federal deadline last night. Where does that stand? Is DP applying it now? And secondly, Mr. Salazar has called this an existential issue for DP, raising existential questions about the company. Do you think that's right?
We have used dispersants from the beginning that are on the EPA approved list. Everything that we do with dispersants is with the explicit approval of the EPA, both in terms of dispersant type and the quantity, volume applied over any 24-hour period. And that continues.
And as to the question of an existential crisis for BP,
I think this is clearly a major reputational issue for BP. There's no doubt about it. And we are doing everything in our power to respond in the right way. We are not limiting the resources that we're applying to this. We're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to do it the right way. And we are trying to communicate openly and transparently about everything that we've done.
Hayward, you have 8 other, Mr. Hayward, you have 8 other rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. What are you doing on those rigs to prevent this from happening again?
The only rigs that we have drilling today are the 2 rigs that are drilling the relief wells. They have undergone a very, very thorough and extensive testing of the blowout preventer, over and above that which has been promulgated by the MMS in the aftermath of this incident. I'm going to go now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you.
Sir, do you have to go through decontamination like we did?
Boy, there you go. And he is asked a lot of the questions that a lot of Americans want answered, specifically questions about what's going on with some of the other oil rigs off the coast. And are they safe? And are we sure that this won't possibly happen again? You heard him say that they are, in fact, by Wednesday morning going to go ahead and try this next operation. It's not going to be the ultimate operation. In fact, that one might come a little bit later when they try and do the drill the relief well. But in the meantime, this is what we got. This is the news that's being made. We're also got Michel Cousteau, who's going to be joining us in just a little bit. He's going to make news as well by telling us that he believes that there is still a whole lot of oil just underneath the surface. And let me tell you this, as we get ready to begin this newscast, we are honored to be chosen by American Forces Television. We welcome you, all of you who are watching us in Afghanistan, Iraq, Korea, Europe, and around the world. Here is what we have for you.